Welcome to another episode of this podcast, Rewiring Back to Love. And in that, I do mean rewiring neurologically, rewiring our pathways. It's very comforting for me to have my dog with me. I'll actually just show everyone if everyone's wondering why I'm patting over to the side here. He gets a bit shy. Do you get a bit shy, Phoenix? Even though you're a bit of a celebrity, you get a bit shy. Oh my Lord, I get a bit shy. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. How do we do whatever we need to do? How do we use self-talk to move from an experience that isn't conducive to the action that we want to take? How do we get that energy, that courage, that experience that we want in our feelings, in our head, in our heart, so that we can move forward? I blogged about this week on Allowing.Love.org, and I titled it The Self-Talk Guide for Taking Action When You Feel Like Crap. I've shared this quote a number of times. I really do think this really shines the light on how important this self-talk work, this self-love work is. This is a quote from Abraham Hicks. The rule of thumb is you never take action when there is negative emotion within, because it will always be counterproductive. Always talk to yourself until you feel better, and then follow the inspired action that comes from that open valve. And I think it's a lovely idea, and don't we almost in so many ways try and do this? Like try and live life through our head. Just kind of think our way forward rather than really taking the time to be aware of, I actually don't feel good about this right now. I feel contracted. I feel fearful. I feel lack. I feel sad. I feel angry. And rather than trying to just think our way forward, how can we really allow ourselves to energetically align with the outcome of what we want, in service to opening that valve, opening that clear alignment, so that we can create more of those outcomes that we want, and so that we can really just enjoy this life and feel the way that we want moving forward. So we're going to do a very simple 4-step self-talk exercise. And so I use this when I've got to show up either for a session, for an event, really for anything in life, when I just don't feel like it, right? If I'm wanting to speak about love, about connection, but I'm feeling lonely and lost and disconnected. If I you can fill in the blank for yourself, right? Have a little bit of a look at your life over the last little bit. And what are some of the more challenging moments of when you have been inspired to take action, but for whatever reason your energy doesn't match? You just feel contracted or feel a lack of what you're going for, rather than really feeling lined up. So this is a really easy way that we can bring in that alignment. And my experience is that it gets easier and quicker over time. Initially, when I first started to do this, it'd take me a good while, maybe 20 minutes, to really shift the energy until I could authentically say, yeah, I'm lined up. And now, sometimes it only takes a minute to go through a few key steps to really shift this. So let's dive in. As with all of this work, I am encouraging us all to always start with asking for the highest good, and that really is just a way that I put the Holy Spirit in charge. I put that light, that love, that healing grace in the driver's seat of this moment. And so I'm just encouraging us all, as we do this meditation together, I'm asking, if you're listening to this now, Not to do it for information, but to do this with me for experience. Don't just watch me do this process, do this process with me. So let's all in this moment ask for the highest good. We are here to let go of as much karma as we can. Whatever negativity, imbalance, disease can be cleared just now, we ask that that be done. And we can also just ask our body, all levels of our consciousness, to truly let go right now, so that anything that can be cleared is taken through the light, through the Holy Spirit. And we ask for the highest good. We ask that this beautiful moment of self-talk, of self-love, of self-compassion truly does support us in the clearing of any karma and helps us experience that greatest love, greatest awareness, greatest alignment with our truth, with that love, with that essence of spirit that we are. Alrighty, so we're going to dive into the first step, and this will be very familiar to those of you that have done a lot of the Allowing.Love healing guides. All of the rewiring guides do have the same basic backbone. They all have the same 4-step backbone, but they're all tweaked to support you in different contexts. So today we're going to more closely look at when we do really want to move forward, but we're just not feeling it. What can we do to let go of whatever is holding us back from the energy that we want, the energy of that we are intending in the action that we're about to dive into? So I'm going to ask that we all just be aware of something that we want to move forward on in our life that's challenging. We might be moving forward really beautifully, but it's a bit challenging. Or maybe it could be something that you want to move forward on in your life and you are not moving forward. You're in fight, you're in freeze, you're in flight. But just be aware in this moment of something that you would love to move forward on in your life. And it could be something that has a physical world action, but it could just be something that's more an inner experience. Maybe you do want to show up in greater peace and acceptance, right? There aren't any physical world actions associated with that, but that is a very active inner action process. So you can pause if you need to, but once you've got that experience, what do you want to move forward on? But for whatever reason it's challenging or you do feel stuck, the first step here is curiously and compassionately ask yourself, how are you feeling? Do whatever you need to move your energy from your head, which is often where we find ourselves. How do we move forward? How do we fix it? How do we figure it out? How do we move forward? How do we think about it? Down to, just fucking who cares? It's not, nothing's right or wrong, but how do you feel? How do you feel in this moment? And maybe you can go to one of the more challenging moments where you have felt challenged or stuck, moving forward in this specific situation. But just be aware of, how do you feel? And the biggest thing that we can do to help us be aware of that is just to be aware of, what are we sensing in the body? If you were to describe the energy, the actual physical experience in your body, how does that feel? Do you feel a tightness in your stomach? Do you feel anger, like an intensity out your eyeballs? Do you feel a pain, a sharpness, a dagger in your heart? Do you just feel an overwhelm of energy everywhere? Like ants everywhere. Just be aware of how do you feel in your body. And so all we need for step 1 is really just having the curiosity. How do we feel? So just being aware, connected in our body. How do we feel? Doing our best to be aware of that. Run with whatever you've got. As we go on to the second step, can you allow unlimited acceptance and welcoming and embrace? Say yes to whatever it is you're feeling. Feelings are never right or wrong, they just are. Can we just accept them? They don't mean anything. But can we just say, I accept that I feel this way. I welcome you. I'm with you. Can we just be aware of how we might be resisting the fact that that feeling's there, through to just really accepting it, really saying yes to it. Can we say yes to it so fully that it even transforms into something else, or maybe even just moves through completely? When we do let go of all resistance to something, it does clear. Can we just say yes to it, friend it, wrap our arms around it, love it? And so next, and as we get skilled in this ability to allow our emotions, to allow it to be energy in motion, sometimes those 2 steps are all we need, because we have opened up the floodgate, and all of a sudden that stuckness, that energy that was holding us back from that love, that light, that energy has just been allowed to move through. So you might even find that, oh wow, I'm actually not feeling that anymore, but it still may be present. So we're going to go on to step 3, but just the awareness that sometimes those first 2 steps are all that's needed. But step 3 is ask your feelings, ask whatever experience in your body, what do you need? And is there something that you need in order for you to come in complete alignment, complete cooperation, complete enthusiasm for moving forward with whatever it is that you intended? Right? So you're kind of asking your beautiful body, ask your feelings, what is it that you need in order to get on board so we can stand up, move forward, really experience what it is we want? And don't ask your head. Your head will have ideas and thoughts, probably many of them, but you're asking your feelings. You're asking that more immature, small place inside. So just let them answer however they answer. But just ask them, what do you need? And let them respond. And just be aware that through your intuition, through your intention, through your imagination, you can give yourself what it is you need. Mostly, I think you'll find that what it is your feelings need are acceptance, are to be acknowledged. They need to know that it's okay, right? So often what I get at this point is, I just need to know I'm going to be okay. I need to know that I'm safe, that everything's going to work out. that actually there is nothing to be afraid of. I'm gonna be loved, I'm gonna be taken care of, I'm gonna be okay. And so whatever it is your feelings ask for, just be aware that you can give that to yourself right now. And that's the next step. Can you love these feelings, support them so fully, give them what they need? And that's why our imagination is such an underutilized tool. Can we just, if it's not possible in terms of a physical world experience, can we imagine it? Use your imagination to give your beautiful body the feeling, the experience, whatever it needs. So we'll have a little bit of silence for us each to do that. And so as we continue to just fill ourselves up with whatever love, whatever it is that we need, we just become aware of whatever is lifted, whatever is cleared. I know for me, often it's hard for me to even be aware of how I was feeling at the beginning because my energy has shifted so much. It's so easy for us to know that little kids, right, they need to be hugged, to be held, to be told everything's going to be okay. But when we have moments of big feelings or fear, we somehow think that we just need to force ourselves and suck it up and keep moving forward. But sometimes there's just a little part of us that just needs a big hug, just needs to go, hey, you're doing a great job. Everything's going to be okay. Everything is okay. And it's almost like we let go of whatever fear, whatever version of lack, of negativity we're holding on to so tightly, and we can experience that love, that light, that grace, that energy, that courage that does move us forward very easily. So I'm just gonna, again, really allow yourself to be aware. How do you feel in this moment? And for me, often that's all it takes to shift this, to be aware of, okay, how do I feel? Great, I'm going to embrace it, I'm going to love it, and I'm going to ask it, okay, what do you need? What do you need to relax and let go of whatever negativity, whatever challenge, whatever constriction you're holding on to? I need to know that I'm doing a good job. I need to know I'm loved. I need to know it's going to be okay. I need a nap. I can't tell you how many times, sometimes just this part of me is like, I need a break. Honestly, I just need a nap or whatever that is. But when we give ourselves what we need, anything that is not in alignment falls away. When we give ourselves that love, that acknowledgement of what it is that we need, we do come into alignment. We do have the energy of our intentions. If we want to show up boldly, all of a sudden that boldness, that bravery is there. If we want to show up with peace, with trust, doing this process allows us so easily to experience the truth of us, which is that peace, which is that trust. So I hope that's been helpful. I will put in the video caption below the link to the blog for this week that does guide you step by step through those 4 steps. And again, the heart of this process is just simply the rewiring steps that I will also link below as well. I hope that was helpful. I love you all so much.